Welcome to another guide for Planet Crafter. Today's guide is all about uranium. Now, if you're watching it, you've probably gotten to a point where you've pretty much found every chest worth of uranium you can, and now you're stuck. You need some more, and you can obviously build the rockets that will trigger some asteroids that will bring down uranium, but ultimately it's not going to really give you enough because these big reactors need 3 rods, which is, I think, 9 pieces of uranium each. So 27 pieces of uranium just to build a single reactor. And as you get a little further in the game, you will see that some of the structures start to take like 100, 200 units of power, which is nearly like a 2/3 of what a big reactor would build. So you're going to need to sort out a steady supply of uranium. So doing that's going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm showing you a location now where you can go to not only find a lot of uranium just lying around, but you can also farm it here. So it comes back if you have a tier 2 drill. Or not a drill, an ore extractor. So you're probably familiar with the ore extractors already. They're very useful at the start of the game. You can use them to get aluminium, you can use them to get most other resources in the game without having to go off and mine those little nuggets on the ground. But if you follow the location I'm going to right now, so where I started out in the video, it was quite close to the very starting area of the game, by the fact that it gets flooded by a lake. But in the bottom left of the screen you can see the X, Y and Z coordinates, so that should help guide you if you get a little bit lost. But over here you can see the uranium caves. So in here, plenty of uranium to pick up, mine it as you please, use it for making rods. Now there's probably enough in here to make 1 reactor maybe, but the key thing is to build a ore extractor. So if you wrong button, one of these bad boys. Now you will need a super alloy rod, and if you're stuck for super alloy, I'm going to make a separate video that shows you another place to farm super alloy. Now you can obviously craft it easily, but super alloy is always an issue. And if you look in here, you can see plenty of uranium has been dug up from the ground. Now what I always like to do with these is completely empty them, and the reason I do that is because if you're full up, if you just take the uranium out and leave the iron and titanium, like the stuff that's easy to find, in there, what you're going to end up being left with then is spaces that can't be filled up with more uranium, so you'll end up being low on supplies. So the best thing you can do is just to take everything, and what I always do then is build a little hut outside, and that's where I'll just dump all of my unwanted resources, and I'll just take the uranium back then. Well, I should probably fill my inventory up like this, but that's the best way to do it, I think. Then you can come back in here later on and grab more resources. So there you are. Handy, easy way to get lots and lots of uranium.